On July 7th, the United States President touched down in Ankara, Turkey, for a scheduled diplomatic visit with a key NATO ally. He arrived in a brand new, highly customized aircraft, a $400 million Flying Palace gifted to the U.S. by the government of Qatar. The president was incredibly proud of this new plane. He regularly praised its luxurious design and made a point to show it off to visiting dignitaries and staff. The diplomatic visit lasted exactly one day. By July 8th, the motorcade was scheduled to return to the airport for the flight back to Washington, D.C. But when the entourage arrived on the tarmac, the new $400 million aircraft was completely missing. The Qatari jet had been quietly diverted to England overnight. Parked in its place was the older, standard Air Force One, an aircraft the president notoriously disliked. You do not secretly swap the most heavily guarded aircraft in the world on foreign soil unless you are dealing with a sudden, catastrophic security crisis. Once the president was aboard the older plane, the crew initiated an extreme departure protocol. They dimmed all interior lights and ordered every window shade in the cabin to be pulled down tight. The pilots then took the severe step of deactivating the plane's transponders. They were cutting the aircraft's tracking signals, effectively going entirely dark to radar. The president's plane maintained this strict radio silence and complete darkness all the way through the airspace over the Black Sea. The overnight aircraft swap came down to a critical hardware flaw. The new jet was beautiful, but it completely lacked a functioning defense architecture. It had no anti-missile countermeasures. It carried no signal jamming arrays to block incoming targeting systems, and it lacked secure communication links to military command. This map of the return route illustrates exactly why that was a problem. The flight path out of Ankara drifted right through the expanding range of hostile Iranian ballistic missiles. To survive this specific transit, the aircraft needed the hard-coded military defense systems built exclusively into the older Air Force One. The Secret Service abandoned the luxury plane because they were tracking an active physical threat locking onto their airspace. The trigger for this sudden evacuation came from an external source. Sometime between July 7th and 8th, Israel delivered an urgent intelligence warning to U.S. agencies. The intelligence report contained a highly specific claim. Israel possessed solid evidence of an active Iranian plot to assassinate the U.S. president while he was in Turkey. The motive behind the plot was direct retaliation. Iran was reportedly seeking blood for the targeted death of their top leadership. American agencies did not wait around to debate the intel. The Secret Service treated the report as a verified, imminent threat to the president's life and scrambled the emergency extraction. Following the escape, Donald Trump leaned into the severity of the threat, stating publicly that he is the #1 target on Iran's kill list. He followed that with a blunt warning. He declared that if he were ever harmed, the U.S. military would launch over 1,000 missiles and completely obliterate Iran. This leaves a massive geopolitical question on the table. Was the Iranian government actually in the final stages of executing a sitting American president? Or is there an alternative explanation? Could the Israeli intelligence report have been intentionally exaggerated to corner the United States into a direct, all-out war with Iran? We want you to analyze the chain of events. Was the Ankara extraction a genuine rescue mission or the result of Allied manipulation? Drop your theory in the comments below.